Yeah, man, Isat, welcome.
Greetings and thanks for having me.
Artist reasoning. Is the artist reason comprised of the wellness?
Yes.
So what gets you here today?
I'm here to support the health fair being held at the Boston Community Center. And I was invited and I had to be here.
So if you never get an invitation and you hear about it, you wouldn't come?
No, well, I'm going to tell you this. I say I had to be here. I was invited. I didn't know I was invited.
You didn't know you were invited?
No, but I found it. That's a health fair. I said I need to go see what's happening. Because I think that when the health awareness is important,
Yes, it's true.
so it's all any opportunity to participate and support health initiatives. I'm always going to be there. Our people are dying.
Of course.
And it is because of a lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge.
Yes.
Are you from Portland?
Well, no, but I'm the MP candidate. So I'm actually running for the People's National Party in the upcoming general election.
I had no idea of that.
Well, now you know.
You know, see, I run the music circle.
Yes.
And the funniest thing, me and your father are friends.
The great big youth, the youth man, cute man. I don't know him son so ugly.
Well, you say that. I can agree with that. So,
Yes.
no, but honestly speaking, people are dying and they are not aware of what is happening, diabetes, what it can cause, and
Yes.
high blood pressure.
That is true.
You want to shed any light on that?
Well, I can tell you this. We have non-communicable diseases are the main cause of death in Jamaica. So notwithstanding that Jamaica is a high crime society, there are people who die more from hypertension and diabetes than any other illnesses. And so even when it comes to heart attack, these things come stroke, as we would call it. These things come from high blood pressure and hypertension. And then naturally, a lot of persons lose limbs because they're not aware that the sugar is high.
Yes.
So any opportunity to check your sugar levels and your blood pressure is important. I checked mine today and heard that my blood pressure high. But that's because I did my body mass index and they tell me say me fat and tell me say me short, and they didn't say I was ugly, but I already know that part. But it did raise my blood level, my blood pressure go high because of that. But it's fun and jokes aside. It is important because you never know the day and the hour when your sugar can spike and you go into a diabetic shock.
Yes.
You never know when your blood pressure is so high, especially you have a low end and a high end. If those numbers are off, your body can respond negatively to that. And so it's important to know, and we should encourage the community to know their numbers.
Yes.
If you're overweight, you need to know why. Women are generally they speak about the pear shape versus the apple shape.
Yes.
Men and women, but you need to know if you're bloated, why you're bloated. And so coming to a health fair for men in 2025, people are still afraid of knowing after 40 you're supposed to check your prostate every single year.
Every single year.
And so health education is important. So anytime there's a health fair, the community is to come out and know the basic numbers so that they can take it to their doctor. It might be an indication that you need to go straight to your doctor.
All right. You're checking your prostate today. Are you going to get your prostate checked?
Well, I check mine every year.
Every year?
Every single year. I'm 46. By blood.
Mine too.
Yes, every year. And that's another thing when it comes to health education is in 2025, you simply need to do a blood test. And they can check on it. And if you're doing it every year, cancer, especially prostate cancer, if you catch it early, you will be here for many years.
For many years.
With the advancements in technology. So I encourage persons to come on down and catch it. If you didn't catch it this year, God's willing, next year you should be able to come out and participate.
I would love for you to, this is the first year they're doing it, right?
Yes.
And we're planning to do it next year. I would love for you to push this for us in your constituency.
No, certainly. In fact, what I will say is that I can predict from now that next year will be much more supported. The initiative is one that always there should be government participation. You see, sometimes we have it in densely populated areas.
Yes, we
so
do.
because you're in Portland, you have a health fair in Port Antonio, and that's the end of it. But with 5 divisions in a constituency like Portland Eastern, we need to have it strategically and bring the basic health services to the people outside of the health centers and the hospitals. So we want the participation. So certainly this is something I would approach.
You'd approach.
I'd approach it and support it.
And support it. Because you know we have the Red Cross, we have Nestles,
Yes.
and we have just regular people that give their contributions.
Yes.
Would you contribute to us next year?
But of
Even
course,
just with your presence?
certainly. People must understand that contribution is cash and kind.
Yes.
Public awareness.
Yes.
And so I will be talking about my experience at this health fair on my show Context Matters.
Oh, tell us about that. No.
I have a show Context Matters. It airs on Reggae Global Radio, Coda Network. It's on YouTube and on the social media platforms, TikTok. It's 4 to 6 p.m. every Thursday.
Every Thursday?
Yes, and I share my weekly experiences, and this is one of them. As I said, if you do your body mass index, you'll appreciate it.
So we go to YouTube, what do we type in?
Context Matters, Isat Buchanan. CONTEXT Matters, MATTERS with Isat Buchanan.
Isat Buchanan.
BUCHANAN.
I think your father would be proud of you. You think so?
Him tired to tell me saying proud of me now. The only thing him disapprove of is that I can't cook.
You can't cook?
So while we're on the health, yes. You know, there was a national day for me this week. What was it? KFC day? You know what? This interview gets too personal.
You know why? You see, choose artist reason.
Yes.
So we can't go anywhere we want to go.
Yes.
So continue with this cooking.
And the lack thereof.
Yes.
So my father is the best chef in the world.
So here.
So naturally, because he is the best chef, you don't get opportunities to learn how to cook. Why cook when your father can, right?
Yes.
And so, I fail in the cooking department, but everything else,
a feminine will bring you around.
Exactly.
And we know that.
Yes.
I know that you belong to us in the music fraternity.
Yes.
Because your face is seen all over. We really don't want to go there, but can you just give us your take on the music industry right now?
Yeah, well, the music industry is coming of age. Let me not say thanks to me, but I did free Vybz Kartel, and in doing so, the controversial $1 million paycheck and up is and ought to be the standard for the quality of artists and music that Jamaica puts out. It's not repetitive. It's like all things Jamaican. There's an individual blessing that comes with the talent that comes out of Jamaica, no matter what genre, no matter what area. And so rightfully so, I'm seeing the unity in dancehall, which ought to have been there a long time. I just wish that when we see the photos, it includes the young.
Yes.
Because the changing of the guard in the relay for life, it takes a little bit too long.
Yes.
And so you know, when you see the king of dancehall and the queens of dancehall and all of these things, it should come with youthful exuberance. And people must pass on succession.
Of course, the baton must pass on.
And that's my only take on it, but I really am happy where the music is going, and we should continue to support our artists, support our track athletes.
Yes.
Don't wait until they get the success to support them, because talent is ripe all across Jamaica. That's all I'll say on that.
And the last thing about, since you touch sports, you have to answer this question about sports.
Yes.
The reggae boys.
What about them?
I mean,
the one time them lose, Jamaica ready for throw them under the bus?
Well, I wasn't going there.
If that's what you're talking about, I will respond.
Respond to that part.
If ever it is that Jamaica, you're as good as your last performance, And we as Jamaicans, we need to stop being so spoiled.
Oh gosh.
We must continue to support and encourage,
Yes.
so that when we lose, it's a year, and when we win, it's a year, but when we lose, it's a do better next time.
You can do better.
That's all it is, and we need to learn how to be fans,
Yes.
and dedicated, loyal fans. And I'm going to speak on the track and field aspect of it,
Oh, yes.
because a good amount of our athletes would have changed nationalities, if that's allegiance
Wow,
to the
you-
flag,
Go ahead.
for financial reasons.
Yeah.
There's no comparisons, but just like our politicians who want to be rich, and they change their salaries so they don't have to change their allegiance, we must make the space conducive to the work that we do. Every athlete, even when them run on the world stage and come last, is
Yeah.
superior
Yes.
to those who don't have that talent.
Yes.
And so we are to encourage, we're to give them financial gain
Yes.
that is consistent with the rest of the world, because we are the world leaders in track.
Yes.
And especially we were elevating in the field events, and all our field athletes have now gone to Turkey. And I'm not blaming them, but we are to protect what we have.
But something must have been wrong for them to just defect.
No,
that?
well, anyway, like I said,
They were going too far
if you are, no, I will say this. If you are Jamaican and you run in a Afghanistan jersey, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, still
Afghanistan jersey, you may say yes to the Jamaican brother in an Afghanistan jersey.
Still.
So just like how Jamaican footballers find ourselves there in the clubs,
Yes.
no matter globally,
Yes.
that's how I look at it when it comes on
Still
the
a
world. Yeah, man, there are lots of Jamaicans who run American,
Yes, we
and
do.
we love them. We love them because we know that Jamaica is the track speed mecca of the world. Nobody can take that away from us. So
I see a lot
we
of
do that.
athletics.
Yes, man.
Which school?
I went to Meadowbrook High School.
Football? What was?
Don't make me.
Not you playing
No,
football.
I'm saying no. I was gonna say something to you. Don't make me diss my school.
My gosh.
They will hurt me. So time, please. The point I'm making though is no matter what it is, as Jamaicans, we just need to support everything Jamaican.
Everything Jamaica. Well, that's
Yeah.
You're gonna make a good politician. You see what you just said?
Yes.
Support everything, things Jamaica. That's what we want.
That's it.
We as artists, that's what we want.
That's it.
We just want you to help us.
Yes.
To help Jamaica. And from here.
That's what let me tell you, that's my father tell me the truth is the truth, and it's not an offense.
Yes.
Offensive, yes. But as long as you deal with people with love and a clean heart, that word bad mind never comes in when you're telling
I don't know
the
that word.
When you're telling the truth, it don't exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to say to you, thank you very much for coming on Artist Reasoning.
Yeah.
And we hope that whenever you get in power, because the law of physics stipulates that none stay on top forever. So you will get in power.
During my time, all the
You're
legacy.
very young.
Yes.
Let me know you before you're born.
That could mean that could only mean you very old.
Yes, I am.
All right, let me stop.
I am.
But definitely, with the changing of the guard, one thing that I can guarantee is that at the end of it all, the lives of the community, the society, and the country will be better.
That's all we want.
Yeah, people first.
That's all we want. And look out for us entertainers.
Yes.
Because there are many of us who are not aware of a lot of stuff, and we need you to help us. 1 second, before we even come off of this thing, many artists are asking me how they can get in touch with lawyers to help them. Would you like to just? I know you're not an entertainer.
No, I'm an entertainment lawyer, of course, man.
I think you just jump over the ship to just draw in an anchor.
No. I will say this: I'm a human rights lawyer.
You're a human rights
and
lawyer.
an entertainment lawyer. And as I said, you put people first.
Yes.
So the artists, the days of exploitation is over. You must ask and demand what is rightfully yours. Your contribution to reggae music, dancehall, and again, everything Jamaica
Everything.
must be rewarded. And so if you're out there and you've done the work, don't worry about whether the contract say this in writing or not. What is yours, whether from sound scan, whether from artist, but your performance rights, all of that, we can have a discussion on it. And I help young artists to ensure that they're not exploited. So I'm there. You can catch me.
I was
You can
just
see
going to
me
ask you
on
again.
Isat Buchanan at gmail.com.
Yes.
That's the email, but you see me on all platforms.
Alright.
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Inbox me, and if it is a matter like that,
ISAT
ISAT
at Gmail.
Isat Buchanan, Buchanan,
Yes.
at gmail.com.
So you see, send him an email if you have any problem, all right?
Or inbox me on social media. I always see it.
And tell him about your program again before we come off.
Context Matters every Thursday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
4 to 6.
Yes,
Wow.
Reggae Global Radio,
Yeah.
Coda Network, YouTube, and TikTok. You'll see me on any of those platforms.
Thank you very much for coming on Artist Reasoning.
Thanks for having
We
me.
appreciate it.
All right.
Your father did this, you know.
Every time.
You do teaching. Thanks.
All right.